what a masterpiece. Oh, hi. Didn't hear you come in. You know, ever since our wildly successful run of Key of E at this year's Orlando International Fringe Festival, I've been getting a lot of questions. Now, most of them are far too filthy to discuss here, of course, but every once in a while, I'll get a question about the music. For example, Michael from Winter Park asks, "Dear Andy, now that you're rolling in all that sweet Fringe money, when can we expect that soundtrack to drop?" Well, I'm glad you asked that, Michael. Between negotiating the sale of this spacious townhome to shooting these incredibly professional headshots, beautiful, and of course, that multi-million-dollar video shoot. Fucking ear, gonna put it on your ear, gonna stick it to my... Well, the money's all gone. You know, if there were only a way to fundraise for this sort of thing, if there were only a way to kickstart it. Key of E is an apocalyptic rock musical that follows Ethan, our wannabe rock star barfly anti-hero, as the world completely collapses around him. The music is a schizophrenic blend of rock and roll from the past 30 years that we think captures the feeling of the end of the world. Think Beatles meets Black Sabbath and Queen making out on a burned-out rooftop with Bob Fosse and Rage Against the Machine. That might sound a little weird, but that's the way we like it. All right, so here's what we want to do. That music you're hearing right now is the opening song to the show. It's called Just Can't Wait for the Game to End. Now, if you want to hear the whole tune, you can watch the video below. So the goal is to record the entire soundtrack, 10 songs in all, just like that. But to do this, we need your help. My name is Andy Matchett. I'm the creator, songwriter, and director of the new musical Key of E. Key of E is a rock and roll apocalypse musical that I wrote and directed for the Orlando Fringe Fest this year. Well, when we got to Fringe, the show ended up being received even better than we possibly imagined. And we got Best Musical, we got Best Overall Show in the Fringe. And we didn't see it coming. You know, we just thought we would put together a neat hour, but it ended up being one of the talks of the Fringe, and we're just really proud of it. Where can I get the music? We had a little merch table set up, and we had shirts, we had buttons, we had some other things, but we didn't have a soundtrack recorded, and that's all anybody could ask me. Where can I get the music for this thing, man? I gotta have it. Well, with the demand that we had for an album version of this, you know, we thought Kickstarter was the perfect platform. It allows anybody that's interested in it to fund it, to create it. I feel like this is a project that a lot of people don't see every day. You know, you get a lot of bands, you get a lot of theater productions, you get a lot of films that are being made, but something that's built from the bottom up like this, I think is unique and original. Now, I know I'm a little biased, but a lot of people have responded to it, and so we think that it's a valuable project. We think that we have something to say. This went from some sort of little punk rock idea that we had about the end of the world to, I mean, call it fine art. You know, a lot of people don't think fine art when they think of rock and roll. That's kind of the way we approach this. The most important thing to me in all of this, and really when I think of any Kickstarter, is you're not just donating. You're purchasing this album. It just doesn't exist yet. You have to make it exist. So $5, that's it. And you get the album, digital download. As soon as we finish it, we post it online, you get an email, and it's yours. You're just paying for it ahead of time. $10, you get the CD, full album art. We're gonna make sure it looks really beautiful. We're gonna put a lot of work into it, as much as we are for the recording. $15, you're gonna get the full multicolor vinyl. It's gonna look really cool. I'm so excited about this vinyl, man. 15 years and I've never done an actual LP. I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I think everybody's gonna really like the way it looks and sounds on vinyl. Well, we were really fortunate to have legendary Orlando sketch artist Thomas Thorsbecken drop by and do a sketch of the monster from the show. It's a beautiful print, and basically anything above the 250 level, you get your own original print of this beautiful piece. If you want to get insane, At the $1,000 level, you get an entire showing of Key of E to yourself. There's 75 seats in the room. You can bring whoever you want. You can sit there by yourself. We'll rock your face off just alone in the room if you want. You get that. You get the print from Thomas. You get the shirt. You get a signed poster from the cast and crew. You get the royal treatment. Basically, you're one of the gang after that. I talk to a lot of people about albums. Musicians know what goes into it, but I think, it goes back to music being treated as fine art. If you're really serious about it, even if your album sounds spontaneous and off the cuff and full of energy, it's taken hundreds and hundreds of hours to get there. There's rehearsal, there is, coordinating the musicians. In our case, it's coordinating all of the theatrical performers. This isn't just a 4-piece band, this is a whole theater production in a studio. We've hired Justin Beckler on to do this, and he's fantastic. You can hear the version of the opening song that we recorded with him. It's called Just Can't Wait for the Game to End. Hear for yourself, it's incredible. But there's so much work that goes into that, it's unreal. It's a full-time job. More information of the show, first place you want to go is keyofe.net. Basically guides you everywhere else you want to be. If you're on Facebook, you can look at Key of E Fringe, just facebook.com/Key of E Fringe. We're doing the show again from August 23rd to August 31st, 6 shows at the venue on Virginia Avenue right across from the Hideaway in Orlando, Florida. First of all, thank you for making through this video. I know, everybody and their mom's got a Kickstarter video. I know everybody's looking for your attention with this sort of thing, but I feel more strongly about this product and this show, this thing, than I have about most anything I've ever done in my career, and a lot of people that are working on this feel the same way. I wouldn't do a Kickstarter like this if I didn't feel this strongly that your contribution is worthwhile here, that what you're going to get in return is worth it. Please contribute. It means a lot to me and the whole group of people that put this thing together.